Right guys, welcome back to Career Mode. This is episode number 15 now of this Sunderland Career Mode. So we're moving into league action once again after a decent start as Sweden manager. But as you can see on the screen, we are only 2 points away from Arsenal in 5th as we come into this episode here. So 3 points in this game, and if other results start to go our way, we could really make a genuine challenge for those Europa League spots and maybe push on. Think about sneaking a 4th place finish, but we'll have to wait and see. We start relatively well in this opening game against West Brom. Craig Gardner here picks the ball up, plays in Kazuka, plays a lovely slip through ball to Stephen Fletcher, left foots it into the bottom right hand corner, lovely finish, and 12 minutes in, decent start, 1-0 up, fantastic from this Sunderland side after an international break. So players were rested, and maybe rested a little bit too well. Maybe their ability to withstand knocks and bumps was kind of knocked down slightly, because Diawara here goes down injured. You can see him holding his foot there as we come in to make the change. Do you see he's got a broken ankle? So that is a really a horrible injury there for him, to be completely honest, and he's going to be a big miss. I know his rating is only 75. It has gone down since we signed him, but he still has been a solid first team centre back for us. And Stephen Fletcher here, lovely feet to cut inside, gets a good shot off, but unfortunately the West Brom defence is able to put a block in. So we're going at half time 1-0 up. Playing well so far, putting some good chances together. Players seem to be refreshed from that international break. So only a couple of our players are actually involved on the international stage. Peter Ogden-Wingy here, lovely chest control, good chance that he's well saved. So then they brip in this corner, and defensive-wise, that is a horrible mistake. Gareth McCauley there is able to pop the header into the back of the net, and they bring it back to 1-1. But you'll see from the replay when it does eventually start, after all the players decide to slide onto their knees, have a bit of a celebrate. John O'Shea I tried to control him, go towards the ball, and he just did nothing. Wouldn't challenge for the ball whatsoever. So I wasn't able to challenge for the header, and they did bring it back. So made a couple of changes. James McLean and Lee Catmull, I think it was, coming on early second half. But Odemwingie again here slipping in Malumbu, who rifles it off the post and puts West Bromwich Albion 2-1 up in the 75th minute. So it's a turnaround really. 2-1 up, 1-0 up to 2-1 down, and then James McLean pushing on this left hand side, trying to get us back into it. Only a couple of minutes later, but a tame header from Stephen Fletcher, not enough accuracy on it, so we're really challenged the keeper. But McLean again involved on the left hand side, trying to make the most use of his fresh legs and his pace, placing Stephen Fletcher this time using his right foot, and unfortunately the keeper is able to make a good save, and that is how that one finished. So disappointing in all fairness, and we come back. And as you can see here on the screen, broken ankle, 3 months Diawara is out for, so that's going to be a big loss for us. But the first silverware has been dished out in this domestic season. Manchester City have been crowned Capital One Cup champions, so they're not doing all that well in the league, sat in 6th place, but they have managed to pick up the first silverware on offer in English football, and they come at me again. They've obviously, like I say, 6th in the league, and they've previously approached us to take on the manager's position, and they approached me again. £28,000 a week they are offering, but of course, as with before, we're going to stay at Sunderland, so I do reject the offer, and we push on into the next game, which is a home game this time. We're not away from home, back in front of our own fans against Fulham in their rather fetching orange and black kit. And unfortunately, it was a bit of a kit clash, to be honest. When you start picking the kits, it looked like it was going to be all right, but it was a horrible decision actually to play Fulham in their away kit. They probably would have been better in their white kit. But Chamberlain there, I thought Rodrigo was going to take the shot, so I tried to dive in front of it, and he didn't. You'll see here from the replay, he turns back, passes a ball, and Oxlade-Chamberlain comes straight through the back of him. So they do get a penalty. The Ox did actually get booked, as you saw. Brian Ruiz steps up to take the penalty. He's got a wonderful left foot, great set piece taker, and whips that into the far corner with his left foot. So that puts us 1-0 down, and Oxlade-Chamberlain here involved again, trying to get anyone to move for him up top, to be honest. Fletcher eventually makes a run and then plays it inside to Honda, but on his weak foot he's only able to pull that one just wide. And then Risa here on the attack again for Fulham. Good tackle from Wes Brown, come on for Diawara, but Mignolet, he's been solid for us, but makes a horrible mistake there, and Ruiz is able to pick up his second of the game. You see here, look, Mignolet, just pick the ball up, but no, decides to, I have no idea. I genuinely don't even know how to describe that. It's just a FIFA fuck up. We've got EA to thank for that, I think. But again, a man over. Defence is all over the place in this game. Damien Duff twists and turns, and we're falling apart. 3-0 down in the 37th minute, and we had a defeat in the previous game, and now 3-0 down at coming up to half time. As Adam Johnson breaks down this right hand side, does get the advantage given for the shirt pull, whips the ball in with his right foot. Stephen Fletcher's there to put the ball into the back of net. It's a good header, better than the one at the end of the West Brom game anyway. and that's 3-1. So we stand a chance of getting something from this game if we can pull ourselves together on in the second half. But Craig Gardner here on the edge of the box, just trying to find some space. Really, they're really hard to break down. There was no space anywhere. Fletcher finds half a yard, not even half a yard, and he's able to draw a good save out of David Stockdale. And Adam Johnson again. This time we do get a man over. The Oxlade Chamberlain. I tried to go for the overpowered near post shot that seems to be the shot of choice for many players on FIFA this year, but unfortunately not quite got the accuracy needed on his weak foot and smashes it against the post. And then in the last minute, Craig Gardner again threading a lovely through ball to Kazuki Honda, again on his weak foot. Everyone appears to be playing on their weak foot at the minute. It's really disappointing. The save, the initial shot is well saved by David Stockdale, and then Oxlade probably could have been booked for diving there, but that is how the game finished. 2 games, 2 defeats. You can see the stats wise, it was a pretty even game. We're creating chances, we're just not taking them. I can't get the ball to drop on someone, on the favoured foot. Everyone's taking it with their weak foot. But we come into this third game of the episode against bottom of the league Reading, away from home. And I've made quite a few changes because fitness is starting to become quite a bit of an issue. So there are a few players starting this one that haven't been involved too much recently, but you can see on screen we've dropped to 8th now, and we're actually 7 points behind the 5th place that we were looking at before, rather than 2 points that it was 2 games ago. So this poor run of form really is costing us. And Seb Larsson's played in here early on, 2 minutes in, good effort, but not quite accurate enough to get it into that far post. And then Reading do pick up a corner here in the 20th minute. Poor defensive clearance there from Martin Kelly, who's back after injury actually, incidentally. Trying to do well, but Joby McAnuff plays a lovely 1-2 here and then slots the ball into the far bottom corner. 22 minutes in, we go behind for a third time, or in a third game in a row. And Reading came at us again here, still only just a few minutes after they've scored, but we're able to pick the ball up on the break. Lee Catmull makes a good interception, and then watch this for a through ball. Absolutely wonderfully timed, fantastic run from Kazuki Honda. Ball placed around the defenders, and Honda on his left foot is just going to score every time. And he does so. Puts us back in the game at 1-1 in the 28th minute, and then Honda again, it was more of a snapshot really, gets the ball played into feet on the turn, and defender was putting him under a lot of pressure, and unfortunately can't get it on target. But Reading did make a change at half time, bringing on pace for pace. Gareth McCleary coming on for Jimmy Kebe, so they're still very threatening on the break with the amount of pace that they've got in the amount of pace they've got in this side. And Kazuki Honda here gets the run of the ball there really, but again on his weak foot, on his right foot, isn't able to draw any sort of save from the goalkeeper. And again, good chance for Kazuki Honda goes to waste in the last few minutes. Keeper's just able to get there before he can, and the chance goes a begging. So 1-1, and we picked up 1 point from these 3 games. And to be completely honest, I was hoping for 9. I went into this run of games with confidence really, after playing really well in the previous episode with Sweden, and also in the opening game with Sunderland as well. We did dominate, although Reading had more of the ball, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. Sometimes the luck's with you, sometimes it's against you, and it doesn't matter how hard you play, you're just not going to be able to pick up points. So a bit of a rough patch for us at the minute. We are going to have to improve. We've got QPR and Norwich coming up in the next few games, and we've got Newcastle sat just behind us, 1 point behind us, and if anything's going to happen this year, I want to finish ahead of Newcastle in the league. So come back next time, we'll see if we can improve, and hopefully we can get some more points back on the board and start moving back up the table. So leave the video a like if you could be so kind. Subscribe if you haven't as well for more FIFA. There's a lot of Ultimate Team, and hopefully some more Road to Division 1 coming soon. And follow me on Twitter as well. I always tweet out when I put up a new video, so follow me on there. The links to that and also links to subscribe will be in the description. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.